I started doing this. Hey, there's two people in. Started doing this video, this live stuff. I think a couple weeks ago we hit 400 subs. As we get closer to 500, I wanted to encourage everyone to share our videos if you haven't already. We're still in this quarantine stuff. I'm here in Florida. They're starting to lift some of the restrictions, but I'm not required to go anywhere if I don't have to, so I'm not really testing it. The whole coronavirus thing. I'm not sure if you've heard of that. But I wanted to thank everybody for, subscribing. This is a 7-year-old channel, and we have less than 500 subs. My goal is to get to 1,000 because that'll open up some more options for us and eventually get us to where we can monetize our, content. I keep saying our, but it's mostly just me. There is one person that's involved in this with me that's been my partner along the way. So that's why I constantly say us. If you look at any of the content before all these remixes, it was mostly just one person on the camera or being recorded. And that's my partner, Rob Macio. So anyways, if you want to ask any questions, I see a few people in. I'm not really familiar with live streaming, so I don't know where they'll come in. Let me click around. It's really, I don't see anything. The last video I put out was the Joe Biden "You Ain't Black" debacle, an edit of that. At the time of me publishing, I actually went out and looked to see if anyone had done it, because it seems like every time I do one, there's already one out there. In the past, I wasn't looking to see if somebody had done something first because I was sitting alone in quarantine and like, what can I do creatively that doesn't require anybody? And so that was just finding footage that seemed worthy of being edited, and doing it. And it's funny because I'm not a big meme person. I'm kind of a traditionalist in terms of creating content. If you go back and look at all the content, it's all shot, produced, and it's not like it's produced with one person. This is actually the camera. I'm giving you a little behind the scenes. Let me see if I can pull it off the tripod. Bear with me. This camera has been with the Upside Down Creative Media team of two of me. This is a Canon Rebel T3i I bought, I think, 10 years ago. And as you can see, there is duct tape on this. This camera has been through a lot. I still film with it. And then here's a little secret that I want to share with you. I think about 5 years ago, my camera just stopped working and I didn't have another camera. And because I had filmed with it for so long, I was like, I've got to figure out why it's not working. It just wouldn't turn on. And I found out that a piece inside this, where the memory card goes, this little plastic piece had broken off. And as you can see, there's something in there. That's a toothpick. I just jammed a toothpick inside there to get it to work because I guess it wasn't making a connection. And, that's how I continued to film. So a lot of things that I produced after the fact that this thing stopped working was because of this toothpick. I had, let's see, I think I won Real Reality. I produced and filmed that independently by myself. Real Reality, Life Inside the Discomfort Zone was a short film about basically talking about 2016. That was when Trump got elected and how hard that year was for everybody. But if it wasn't for this toothpick, that short film wouldn't have been produced. So thank God for toothpicks. I actually filmed that entire film on this camera right here. And this is a little cheap lens I got for like $100 that I use quite frequently. But that's what I've been using for the past 8 years, maybe 9 years. But for this channel's life, it's 7 years of using this camera. Greatest investment I've ever. Well, not really. It's not that great. It's got quite a learning curve, and there's so many new cameras out there now that make it easier. But I don't want to buy anything right now. So yeah, that's a little behind the scenes. I don't know what else I can talk about. I have this mixer right here. It just sits here. If you go back and look at the last podcast we did, I think it was maybe a year or two ago, and that mixer was on the table and it's not being used, and it really is never being used. I don't really have a use for it. I have multiple. I could probably produce a complete like podcast if I had people to do it with, but being that it's quarantine and I have no friends, I forget that this is live. Yeah, just wanted to say thanks. If you're watching this live, thank you for subscribing. And you know, I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, again, I'm gonna pimp out this channel. Do people say pimp out? I'm not even talking to anybody. There's like nobody in the comments. If you want to answer that, go ahead. Do people still say pimped out? I'm probably going to delete this video. Anyways, I'm going to be scouring the internet after this to find some new footage, looking at the news, to find anything cringy that I can make a song out of. If you have any suggestions, go in the discussion section or shoot me an email at upsideDownCreativeMedia@gmail.com. If you want to collaborate, I'm currently actually working on a collaboration with $5 Comedy. I think I should be getting something from him next week, so I will be putting another live video out once that's done, because we're probably going to publish it on his channel. So go follow $5 Comedy if you haven't. Really great comedy sketches for under $5. I guess that's the thing that they do. He may be watching. He may be the one person that's watching. If you are the person that's watching, still no comments, no live chat. I don't know if this is going on for 8 minutes. I'm just going to keep talking. Why not? Our channel has been around for a long time. We do have a lot of stuff. I know a lot of it's garbage, so it's hard to sift through. And I've thought about like not necessarily deleting some of the bad stuff, but maybe archiving it, hiding it. So it makes it easier to sift through our content, because there's almost 200 videos that we put out there. And if you simply go by most viewed, that's not going to give you an accurate representation of the really good, what I think is golden content. Obviously, I'm biased. I've watched my stuff a million times because I edit it. Usually by the time I'm done editing it, I don't think it's funny anymore, because I see it so many times. But it is when I get it out in the real world. We used to go to festivals and showcases and stuff and share stuff. That was how I kind of realized like it's funny. It is funny to some people. For some reason, we haven't been able to get a big audience. I think our account was blacklisted or put under some kind of restricted mode. I don't know why. I have an inkling why. We produced something in 2018 that was really pushing the envelope and involved suicide. And I think maybe we shouldn't have published that, because it got taken down immediately. It was a complete joke. YouTube obviously didn't get it. They thought it was very sensitive. So I think even then we were, I mean, even prior to that, we were having issues. So that's why I'm on here live streaming, to see if I can get some support and get some people to share some of the last 5 or 6 videos. I think I've done like 7 or 8 remixes. Wind of God was the one that really hit hard and reached the most people. I think it's like 80,000 views right now. Personally, I think it should be in the millions, judging by the market and how many other people made similar videos that were getting millions of views. People that produce things after me, going after the same keyword. I just don't understand how mine kind of capped at 80 and has stayed in the 80s for the past over 2 weeks. It hit 80. You can look at my analytics and see this like spike beyond anything I've ever seen on my channel, and it just dropped within a couple days. So I don't know. I don't want to be a conspiracy person and say, you know, YouTube's blacklisted me, but I feel like they have, for understandable reasons. I think YouTube wants people or channels that can be monetized, and in order to be monetized, you have to be advertiser friendly. Our content is explicitly 18 plus, not safe for work content. We know that, and I think I've known since I started this that it wasn't going to be advertiser friendly. And in general, I think there's some people that may work with us, but through the YouTube ad system, I don't think we'll ever be able to monetize ourselves, even if I mean, I feel like if we even got to that point where we were open for monetization again, that YouTube would find a way to disqualify us. And so I think that they probably have algorithms in place, I'm assuming, that prevent channels like this that don't necessarily have the right type of content to grow. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. If somebody wants to prove me wrong, that's fine. But anyways, that's my spiel. Be looking for some new videos. I'm currently editing something that we shot a couple weeks ago, and like I said, the collaboration with $5 Comedy will be coming out in the next few weeks, I would assume. And anytime there's funniness in the news or any kind of interview that I feel like is worthy of an edit, I will be shooting it out there to you guys. I think most of the people that are here have come along through these remixes, but that's not what I'm gonna do explicitly. Like, or you know, I'm gonna continue to do the old stuff once this quarantine is over. It's just gonna take some time. So, anyways, I'm gonna end this stream. Thanks to the one person watching. Hopefully that isn't just me watching. That would be awkward. But it's, you know, different than 0 people watching. 12 minutes. Wow. I'm probably going to delete this. But thanks for subscribing again. I appreciate it. It means a lot. And I'm going to end the stream. Bye.